Today it's Sunday, July 14, 2023. I'm making this video from my house and I'm making it today because tomorrow I'm gonna forget it. I'm busy at the garage and like I said, most probably I'm gonna forget it. Now, the background sound, what you hear, it's the washing machine. Okay? What I wanna say, what I wanna mention. We have this gentleman here, he placed this comment, alright? This video is all about the solenoid, the oil pump solenoid. We have this gentleman and it's giving some informations, alright? But it's some information, it's not all, it's not, there are not so many details here, okay? One of the reasons that I make the video yesterday for the solenoid, it was for this comment. Because there are people out there that they're gonna read the comment and they're gonna think that, it's okay, I'm gonna unplug it, it's gonna be fine. Alright? Then, this, for me, not now, for somebody else it might be right. For me, it's not right, it's wrong, this video, this comment, sorry, what's written here. From the other hand, the same gentleman, he placed this comment. Alright, so here on this comment, it says it has so many informations, so many details on what he did and in which car he did it. It says to you here, let me scroll a bit down to show you, and that's my point actually. I want from the people out there, before they do something, to search about it. Even me, what I'm saying, it might be wrong, and I'm gonna explain later on. I'm gonna show you later on. Here it says that he tried 8 months ago, he disconnected the solenoid 8 months ago on his bi-turbo M276 3-liter engine. That has been for about 5,500 miles, almost 10,000 kilometers. And he disconnected also a natural aspirated M276 3.5-liter engine, alright, for 4,600 miles. He's using Pennzoil Platinum Euro 5W40 on both cars, alright, and he's making an oil change every 3 to 5,000 miles. The temperatures in his country where he's living, it's not crazy hot, it's not crazy cold, alright? This is a good information because somebody, he'll gonna think if he unplug it or not. And that's all the point. Imagine, I'm sorry, imagine me, let us say, make one video, I'm saying, hey, yeah guys, disconnect the solenoid. I don't know what outcome we're gonna have. I don't want somebody, anyone out there, to lose an engine or to have problems because he follow my instruction. That's why I'm saying also that's what I'm doing. What says my common sense. And when I'm explaining something to the customer, I make sure to have to the owner. I make sure to have some evidence, to make one research or to justify what I'm saying and why I'm saying what I'm saying. In general, not only for the oil pump solenoid, for in general I'm talking about. All right, this is the right comment. This is proper comment that it's showing to you, it's giving to you so many informations on what he did, this gentleman, and you know what? If it's okay, yeah, I'm with you. There is no problem at all. Then, why I'm saying that I might be wrong, and that's all the point. Do not rely on something that you read on internet. Make your own research, search it. And see also, if you're expecting the oil to last for 15,000 kilometers, it might not be possible if you unplug the solenoid. Or in the cold weather, like I said how many times before, the same thing. Then, we have this comment from this gentleman here. Alright, and it says, even with the solenoid plugged in, the ECU deactivates the solenoid on a cold start, so wouldn't that mean that there should not be any concern for unplugging the solenoid with a cold oil if the ECU is achieving the same state with stock programming? Amazing, very good question, but this you have to ask the tuner, not me. What's my point here? The ECU, it says here, this gentleman, I don't know him, I don't know if he's a tuner or if it's, I don't know nothing about him, and it doesn't matter. It says that the ECU deactivates the solenoid on cold start. I don't know. Okay, it deactivates the solenoid. All right, it deactivates the solenoid for what? For 5 seconds until build up pressure, and then it's activating again. If you see the video, MB oil pump solenoid, the second part, I'm saying at one point, ask a tuner. The best thing what you have, at least me, if I have to disconnect the solenoid, if I think that there is a problem, I'm gonna ask a tuner, and I want some informations. Obviously, you have to pay the tuner, not for free. It's his job, all right, to check the strategy, the map, what it's following, the ECU, and how it's controlling the oil pump solenoid. What I mean by that? Check, let us say, on an E-Class, let us say, early model, rear-wheel drive, 2012. E-Class 4MATIC, E63 4MATIC, E63 rear-wheel drive, CLS63 rear-wheel drive, CLS63 4MATIC, G-Class, G63, ML, GLE. Are they have the same strategy for all these cars? That means from 2012 till 2000, I think the GLE was coming 2018, the latest model. All right, so from the beginning till the end, they have the same strategy on how they're working, how they're actuating the oil pump solenoid. It's important thing. And the second question is, how do they activate, when they're going to activate the solenoid pump, the oil pump solenoid, sorry. It's early morning, it's 9 o'clock. Yeah, I haven't drank all of my coffee yet. And it's Sunday, so give me a break. If, let us say, like this guy, he says that, you know what, at the cold start, it's off. If the solenoid is off till 80 degrees, so it doesn't make any sense what I'm saying. If you see on the tune that till warms up the oil pump solenoid valve, it's deactivated. It's not energizing, it's not giving electricity. So yeah, there's no problem. You can unplug it, but you have to make sure that it's like this, because it might be deactivated for 5 seconds or 10 seconds until it builds up pressure for the tensioners, for the hydraulic lifters, for the cam adjusters, and then it's shutting down. I don't know. It's simple as that. And that's all the point of the videos that I'm making. I'm making videos, especially for the solenoid. Search about it. See if it fits your driving attitude, your driving style. Like I said, some people they're gonna change the oil every 5,000 miles. Some other people they're gonna change the oil every 10,000 miles. Some people they're gonna use 0W30 oil because it's in very cold weather country, and you don't have a choice there, because if you have minus 20 degrees ambient temperature, you're not gonna put 10W60 and you're gonna try to crank the car, the engine, obviously. All right, or let us say here in this country we are using 10W60 because there is no cold start. I mean, at the winter it might go 10 degrees, the ambient temperature, sometimes, but mostly it's much greater. Right now in the morning, let us say early morning, yeah, okay, early morning, then you see 30-40 degrees. You start the car and it's already warmed up. So that's what I want from you to keep from this video. It's not about, okay, I'm gonna unplug it or plug it in. Search about it, learn about it. If this gentleman here, he was saying that, you know what, I have a research and I read about the tune, the strategy for the oil pump solenoid, and that's how it's working. In these RPMs, it's deactivating with this load when the oil temperature is that much. Then, like this, it's much more safe. As more as you know, it's more better. That's the point. There was... I want to show you also another one comment. Let me try to find it. Because there is one gentleman that says, okay, what if should I disconnect it? Just like that. It's not so simple. It's not that simple. My point is, don't hurt your engine. Don't have a problem. I don't want somebody to go out there and say that, you know what, I follow Tasso's instructions to unplug it, and now I need an engine, as an example. I don't want that. I don't care even if you're not the customer that you're coming to the garage. That's the reason why I'm saying that that's what I'm doing. That's what says my common sense. That's what they're saying, the evidence, my checklists or whatever. I'm not saying what to do. You have to judge. You have to see. You have to balance it. You have to say, yes, it might fit also for my application. Or you know what, it doesn't. It's the same thing like the coolant thermostat, the bypass that I made a couple of years ago. And there was one guy on MB World, he was attacking me because he was thinking that I was advertising the bypass when I was saying that the bypass, it's for a hot country. It's for a, let us say here, the G classes. The coolant thermostat, the bypass, the adapter, mostly I make it for the G63 because the show grill front, it does have the same, it's not allowed to pass so much airflow to cool down. That's why you have, it's exploding the coolant expansion tank, it's exploding the radiator, the hoses, because it does have the same heat transfer, especially when you combine this, where you're going to see that. You're not going to see that in Germany with the ambient temperature 10, 20 degrees. You can see here in UAE when it's come 45, 46, 50 degrees Celsius and you're in the city, you're driving, and the front car, it's blowing the hot air from the front car to your car, and then you start having problems. Or let us say if you go to a racetrack and you have a hot laps and you start a time attack or whatever, it's good thing, I have mentioned that before, to put this one, the bypass. It's not bad. Now, some people from Germany, they purchase this thermostat, the bypass thermostat. It never warm up the engine. It never warm up. It was always cold, the engine. And when I make the videos, I was explaining this exact thing. That's what I was saying. I was saying that, you know what? If you are in a cold country and for daily use, it doesn't make any sense to put the bypass thermostat. It's going to be worse because what do you have to do? You have to stop the car, you have to leave it to warm up, and then when you're cruising on the street, it's going to cool down. And then you have to stop again to warm up again the engine, and then you have to continue your trip. So this is nonsense. And instead of understanding that, one gentleman from MB World, what he understands that, you know, Tassos, he's trying to advertise the bypass thermostat. Or he was saying that, you know what, I never had a coolant temperature issues with the C63, with MO56 or MO57. Yeah, because what you read on the instrument cluster, the 94 degrees, it's not 94 degrees. And I think he was mechanical engineer, something like that, that guy. That guy, for his size, it was normal to see the coolant temperature 94 and the oil temperature 110 on the same engine. I mean, it's mind-blowing. Think about it. You are talking about the same engine. To have 3, 4, 5 degrees difference, that means to be the oil temperature 110 and to have the coolant at 105, it makes sense because it has different heat transfer because of the viscosity of the oil, and different to have a coolant, different to have oil. So it might be, let us say, to me, to my mind, to my brain, when you see, let us say, 105 coolant and 110 oil temperature, it's reasonable within 5 degrees. I explain why, because of the heat transfer. But to see 110 degrees oil temperature and 94 degrees coolant temperature on the same engine, it doesn't make any sense. It's simple as that. And this principle, it's not only of the Mercedes or the BMWs or the Volkswagen Audi. All the new cars from 2000, early 2000 onwards, they're doing the same thing. Because what we have get used to it, before 2000, you have get used to it to see 90, 94 degrees. And when the temperature is reaching 100 degrees, the boiling temperature, it's not the boiling temperature because pressurized the cooling system, it's much higher, especially with the coolant. To start boiling the coolant has to reach 125, 130 degrees Celsius. It depends how many percent you have a coolant and distilled water. All right? And it depends how many PSI it's building up the system, because more PSI, more pressure in the system, so higher it's the boiling temperature, 101. So if you go to a mountain and you go to 5,000 feet and you try to boil some water, you see that the boiling temperature is much lower because of atmospheric pressure, 101. This was learning when we was kids at the school. In any case, back in the days, if you see that the coolant temperature is in 100 degrees Celsius, what you are doing, you're stopping and you turn off the engine because you say something's wrong. Now, from 2000, early 2000, with the emission standards and with all this what they try to do, because they have some rules, they cannot make it, they're going to get a penalty and they'll have to pay more, the agencies, you know, and I'm running 55 supercharged. Yeah, later on I'm gonna read it. I might not reply, but I'm gonna read it. My point was that if the new cars, it's showing to you that they're running 100, 105 degrees, as soon as you see this temperature, you're gonna turn off the car, you're gonna go back at the agency, you're gonna tell them, ah, you know what, my car is overheating. But that's the temperature how it's supposed to be run, how to run. And these temperatures you're not gonna see on the highway on a cold day. You're gonna see inside of the city on the start-stop at noon, as an example. Any case, I hope that you understand what I'm saying. For the end, keep one thing. Make your own research. Balance it. Say that, you know what, I'm driving like this. I'm expecting the oil to last for 15,000 kilometers, 10,000 miles, as an example. And what's going to happen if I deactivate it? You have to, like I said, you have to ask some tuners to give you the big picture, to see what's going on. Some tuners might not want to share any information about that. I don't know why not, but I'm just saying there might be to keep it as a secret. I have no clue why. I'm just saying, but you're gonna find definitely someone that he'll gonna obviously you have to pay him. It's his job, all right. He'll gonna share some information what's going on. Research on everything what you're trying to do, and then make your move. Simple as that. I hope that you understand what I said. Thank you very much. Have a nice rest of the weekend. Yeah. See you again on Monday with MO57. 16 minutes. Oh boy. It's also the point that, did you understand my accent? Did you understand my English? Yeah. I hope yes. If you activate the subtitles, it's pretty much accurate if you turn it on. They're translating in English only, but it's accurate on what I'm saying. At least somebody understand what I'm saying, Only few words, they're not right. Thank you.